Are we live here? Let's test. Okay, looks good. Um, Welcome back, everybody. I am streaming again. I took a 2-week break, had a vacation. I was getting a little burnt out as well, but I'm really excited. The first quarter is up through 2021, and I've been streaming for every Tuesday or almost every Tuesday for um, that time. And in that time, we've done a lot of stuff. Let's see, what all have we done? We did a free model. Should you offer a discount? I think no. This is a free one. Um, uh, we did a driving range model, a car salesperson improvement tracker, and upgrades to the mobile home park. Also, it can now be used for general multifamily real estate uh, acquisition and modeling. I'm really happy with all of that. It's been great. Um, so I'm gonna try to continue on here. It's tough building a Twitch audience. I would definitely can see that, but this is, I mean, the work output, and since I already have YouTube following a bit, that's been great, and it's just definitely worth it to keep doing this. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Uh, so today I've been struggling to figure out what I want to do. I've been thinking about it for a couple days. I was gonna do like a three-statement financial model for one of the other templates I have. I was thinking about doing it for maybe the used car dealership. Uh, but it's just I don't know if I want to get into that. Um, so I don't honestly know what I want to do. And let me get this set up here. I want to do it in Google Sheets, something in Google Sheets. Get this spread out so I can see what I'm seeing. Okay. So so the question is, I haven't had any suggestions. I've got a whole bunch of different stuff I'm working on for clients right now, but nothing really that I can build here. So I'm trying to figure out what in the world to build. Um, if you want to see some of the stuff I've done, just as I think here, joint venture water distribution model, waterfalls, a bunch of SaaS models. Uh, hmm. I'm also looking for potential improvements I might need to make here in some of these. Usually the older ones are the ones that could use something. Scheduling. Hmm. Kind of done a ton of sales pipeline stuff. I don't want to do anything else there. Uh, the KPI dashboard and scoring system. So this is actually very interesting. It was done in Excel though. Uh, you know what? Maybe we'll start there. Let's pull that up. Um, because I want to change the colors to be a little bit less harsh for one. And let's pull this up. Zoom in a little bit. All right. So this also, so let's play with this a little bit. I want to add some visuals as well. Um, and I'll explain kind of how it works too. It's a really cool. Oh, I do have a visual here already. Okay, so maybe you'll just update the coloring. So the color coding on this is already kind of nice and soft, but the actual KPI is really harsh. So these red, yellow, and greens are like super. And I'm half colorblind with red and green, but still I can tell these are really tough to look at. Um, so I'm gonna try to make them like lighter yellows, lighter greens, lighter reds. Also, what I've been doing now is linking similar and complementary templates. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. Let's get my windows all right here. Okay. So check out more here and check out similar complementary templates. I figure I'll link a couple. Let's see what KPI. What else is kind of similar to that? This is another performance tracker here. This is a good one. HR tool that could be good. And we'll do maybe one more. Probably employee scheduling works. Kind of falls into this category of tracking things about uh, employees. Anything else? Here's the other KPI dashboard. Is different than this is more of a sales and salesman tracking thing, whereas this KPI grading is grading across like your different organizational departments, like the financial department, the customer success department. I just put in random names here, but like HR department, other metrics. It's trying to look at we did 5 different departments, and you can grade them on a scale of 1 to 10. Uh, so all these tables define um, let's see. So for financial, there's literally we did 13 different categories. So you can see those are all here. And it shows you what should be green, yellow, and red, what the thresholds are, which these can all be configured to any numbers. You can also give a weight to the metric. So it like if net income is weighted at like 7 or 6, then whatever that is going to have a greater effect on the final score than revenue or whatever. I just put them all at one for right here. But yeah, there's essentially tables for every single metric of every department. And then it shows, and these are all formulas that show what's red, yellow, and green, which is kind of nice. So I'm really happy with the template. It's done decent for sales. The only thing now that I want to do is update the coloring on the KPI detail tab because it just hurts my eyes to look at. So there's a wait here. So let's start. Let's see, did I do conditional formatting on this? No. So these are all red. Let's see what happened here. Why are these green? Because so like expenses are green if they're lower and red if they're higher. So this bad, average, excellent is just looking at the colors, not the whole entire column. All right, so what's red gonna be? More colors. No, it's funny. I'm colorblind. I'm trying to do colors, but I know lighter and more pastels, people like that better. So let's try and do that one. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom right up. That's a little bit softer. Now this looks more almost closer to green to me. This red. I hope it's not green. I don't think it is. So that's red. Does that look, is it too light? Let's see. Maybe go down a little bit. Like pink, I guess. I don't even know. Yeah, I think that's better actually. I've actually been meaning to do this for like over a year. I just never got to it. So this is the time. All right, so I like that red. And then for green, we'll do so the red was 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom right. For green, let's see, does that look okay? That still looks kind of harsh. It's a good light green. Maybe that. So this is what it was. It's honestly this looks all the same to me. Like this and this looks the same. Where's like the really light green? Oh, maybe this. This is like almost yellow though to me. Maybe that. Is that green still? I don't even know. I think so. The point is to make it look kind of just not so harsh. And note on these streams, if people come in eventually, uh, I will be open to suggestions on customizations to past work, um, building a whole new model from scratch that I will be selling. Uh, all that stuff is all open, and this is the only time that I will offer to do that. Otherwise, obviously, everything is paid hourly billing. But this is the time when I'm willing to do things or take in ideas. All right, so yellow. Oh, yeah, that's a good yellow. That's a good one. Okay, I like this. All right, so now look at how much better this looks compared to this, right? This looks way better. So red is still bad, green's good, yellow's in the middle. And that's a lot easier to look at. So now let's see, how do we do the conditional formatting on this? Okay, so oh man, we got to do each row individually, I guess. Can I highlight all of this? Oh yeah, I can, but it's still gonna make me do every single one. Okay, well, I guess I could think about other potential things while I'm doing this. So let me first make sure that, oh, this is gonna take forever. So where was the green at? I don't even, the green was one I really don't know. Hold on. This was, okay, so right from the left in 1, 2, 3, 4 in. Okay, so let's do all the greens first. 4 in. Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't mean to delete the rule. All right, still there. So we're gonna go one more color, standard, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this, okay, okay. Did it do it? Oh, this is the bottom one. Yeah. Okay, so we're going the bottom up. All right, next one. Format, colors, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the life of a modeler sometimes is you have to you figure out how something works and then it's replication and you got to figure out how to best do that replication in a way that's not, you know, or build things so that it's really automated as possible. Here, I guess I had to do 25. I had to do some of these are multiple rows, but some are individual because there's different tables that everything has to be looked up on, so there's not really a better way that I could do it. Just has to be like a hard force here, 1, 2, brute force. Now, what would be nice is if this was built in a way where I could go in and just define, okay, anything that is green is this color, red is this, yellow is that, and define it one time for each, and it updates everything. But I don't know if that's possible to even do with this structure. Would be nice, so. It's already looking a lot better for sure, though. More colors. And sometimes, like, oh shoot, if I'm not using the templates, I just build them and try to build it, like, make it as useful as I think it can be. Um, there could be a whole bunch of updates that just take, 5, 10 minutes and it makes the life of the user way easier. But I can't ever know that without feedback. So hopefully doing this will help with that. It already has, even just working on it myself and just seeing things. I've done a lot of updates and new stuff that I know I wouldn't have done if I wasn't streaming. All right, we're almost done with green. One, two, three, four. Okay. Yellow. Let me see what I did for yellow. So that was from the bottom corner up one, two, three, four, five. Okay. So one, two, three, four, five. That one. Also, a lot of people um, I've seen when I don't do as many jobs on Upwork nowadays. I do some still, but when I used to do a lot more, people would think that you need macros to do almost everything. But in reality, um, the formulas, just using formulas in the proper structure for things was capable of doing almost anything. Usually the macro is important if you're trying to like automatically, and it's really even less so for Google Sheets because Google Sheets has some array formulas that are nice, but for Excel, I found that the most time I ever used macros was for cleaning data and filtering it and making it unique, like from a data set and kind of moving it around. But now, anytime I have a job that it requires to do anything like that, I just do it in Google Sheets instead. And the formulas in Google Sheets can handle nearly anything you're ever trying to do. It also gets really messy. Now, some code and some scripts in Google Sheets or VBA in Excel can be very useful and necessary in certain situations, but I never mastered it. Definitely did not ever master that. More colors. VBA is more like programming than just doing formulas, and very few people, compared to the people that know how to use Excel without VBA, compared to those that know how to use VBA and can edit it and like get use out of it for a long term. There's just not a lot. So I don't. So for me, I'm trying to appeal to the most amount of people possible, and that is just the generic Excel formulas. And then where I try to differentiate is in structure and formatting, and that's where I try to kind of beat the curve, I guess you could say, or provide value to the whole community of Excel users, and so that they can save time and also see how different things can be done for whatever. Okay, yellow's done. Last one is a big red here. Let's do, so red I think was what? I don't even know. Let's see. What did I do for red? Can't remember. One, two, four. Four from the bottom right. Perfect. Let's get this done, and then we'll be done with this update and try and do something else. So Or maybe we'll do a visual on here too, another visual. I don't know. 1, 2, 4. Okay, is that the same red? Yeah. Looks good. Shoot. Format. One, two, three, four. By the way, it is getting warm again up here in Ohio, which is great because we love to get outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just makes life better when you can go out and do whatever. Biking, walking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shooting hoops on like my lunch. Okay, so this is done. I think this was a lot less harsh than it used to be. So now, and this is similar to these. Let's see, what's the green look? See, I can't barely tell green from red here. These are so light, but I know these are definitely different for people who are not colorblind. I want to make these stand out more for what's editable, which is the blue. Make that more blue. Usually, in investment banking models, and that's where it kind of started, is the really harsh blue is what's always editable. So we'll put that in here. All right, let's see if I can do this right. So you can do, oh, I can select multiple cells at once by holding Control and clicking, and then turn all those back to black. 1, 2. So that's a nice little trick. Then doing it one by one. Okay, so that's all nice and neat. KPI detail looks a little bit less harsh. Maybe we'll, oh, I know what I want to do. So these lines are also super harsh. So what I want to do is make the grid lines dotted. So check this out. Oh, that's kind of weird. Is that better though or not? I don't know. This could be merged into one. These blank rows. So I don't know, that interchanging color with the white kind of hurts my eyes. Maybe just I make it a lighter gray and just make it a solid line. Try this. Is that better? No. This looks kind of okay. But this with the red looks crazy. So what I'm going to do, actually, we'll do line style, just regular, but um, make it like a light or gray, maybe. Perfect. Yes, that's it. So that looks great. Do this for all the borders. Yeah, that looks great. I love that. So now, then we'll go back to the border can be a thick black. That's fine. Oh, actually, we can keep it a thick gray. That's even better. Okay. Let's go back to the default. Black. Uh, is there anywhere else that really makes sense? I guess the dashboard's kind of lineless. Data entry per month. It's KPI. Do I want to do anything with the dates that's different? I'll make these like a gray. I think that's okay. Just merge this. The light gray lines I think look a lot better than the dark black lines. So I'm pretty happy with this. It looks, in my opinion, way better. Um, Now the dashboard, the question is, do we want to mess with this? These lines are kind of glowy. It's essentially showing how each department is doing over time. But I'm wondering, to me to just look at this, I really, excuse me, there's just a bunch of lines and it's kind of hard to see what is what. So I'm wondering if we can let's do a couple different things here. First, change the chart type. I don't think lines is the way. So what is I don't think a stack column is good either. No, because that looks, you can't really tell. I mean, so this, let's change this. It can't be that design anymore. That's kind of nice. So with this, you can easily see what's financial, customer success, whatever. But the total adds up to some number that doesn't make any sense here. I mean, it does show you how close you are to perfect. As actually, no, I kind of like this because um, it shows you for the month, you know, how good did you do overall, which would be the higher points, the better. And then what was the lagging category, which would be the smallest block. So yeah, actually that works really good. Yeah, this is great. I think that's actually a lot better of a visual. And then if you got the max, let's just say, what's the max? 10? Let's go into our KPI here. So let's say this was all 15,000. So when you're using this, you would go in as the user and just, for the month, figure out, okay, what was my revenue? What was my gross profit? Put all your numbers in. And then based on your configurations for all of the tiers, it would then just automatically highlight. So I think it's a really cool um, way to look at your organization from the highest level that you can and see how your departments are doing. Not just financially, but uh, churn rate, subscriber growth, or different how your customer success is doing, how you know your your marketing spend is, your sales, hiring and firing is going, depending on your goals there, other metrics, whatever you can think of that you want to track that is important. Okay, so oh, and this is doing the entire category. Ah, shoot, so let's do. Okay, so this is an easier one. Let's say this is all two. All right, so in theory, oh wait, this seems to be up. Oop, don't want to override that formula. Okay, so now customer success should be the max. Tens. Okay, perfect. So that's all tens now. So let's give it what that makes sense. Now let's give an entire month green. And I want to show you like just visually what this would allow you to see. Oh, okay. So now January should be all maxed out. Yep, all tens. So now you can see the baseline, and I think so. The max is obviously 50. You couldn't have any more than that. I think does it make sense to have a 50, like a line that marks where the max is? Because you're obviously not often going to have a month with a perfect month. So just undo all this. Okay. So, because it's kind of hard to see, well, here's how I've done relative to each other month, but what's a perfect month look like? And you can't really see it on here. So let's see if I can add perfect month. And I know it's going to be what 50s, and this can be a line. Now the problem is, will this allow me to get this in here? Like if I add a data point like this, 50s, and now I think I have to make it a combo chart, and this is where things always get crazy. Um, Combo. Okay, so I want everything to be. See, I don't want. It's trying to do it as a stacked or a side by side column. I want stacked, stacked. Oh, there we go. And then there's the line. Perfect. That's great. So, and then the line says that's the perfect month. Let's make this like a green. So you can see where you're at relative to. So this is really cool. So you can see like what is financial doing over this time period, customer success, new business activity. You can see all the different ones. You can also see how you're doing if you combine them all, as a whole. And then that would just be, yeah, that's good. And then we can hide this row. Don't make, shoot, hidden and empty cells. So show data in hidden rows. Yeah, I like this. And essentially what this is, so if you did, so the average here out of 10, 64%, and your total here, I think should be 64%. Let's see, of 50. Yeah, okay. So your average score here of 6.4, there's no really need to plot it because seeing the 6.4 out of 10 is the same as seeing the 30 out of 50. It's the same ratio. So the average here is the same as the total divided by the max possible score for across the 5 organizations or 5 departments of the organization. Now this is different. The total average for each department might be worth it. So let's put that in here. So this is like for the year, how is each department doing individually? And we'll just do, now this one is going to be a different type of chart. We'll do, so we want our category names and then the average. And no, see, this doesn't need to be by month. And it's going to be a different type of chart. We're going to do column side by side. Now, what happened here? Oh, so this is the total average. So these are my data points, and then the series is going to be these for the x-axis. Don't need this. So this is the year to date average, year to date score per department. I don't know why I capitalized score. Don't really need to do that. So year to date score per department. Got all the departments down there. Bold. And we can put in data labels here because it's not too big of numbers. That's fine. So here's how the departments are doing year to date individually. Here's how they've done each month. And then I guess we can also do a final one that's going to show like the entire organization score for the whole year. So, you know, whatever, this is not going to be shown anyway. So 5.62 is your average across all departments. each month. Now, we'll have to have, so this doesn't really mean anything if you can't see what the max is. So let's also put helper here in this hidden row. This is actually going to show this. And I want to, wait, no, this is going to show the max, which would be a 10. If you had all 10s in every single month for every single category, then your average would be a 10 out of 10. So how do we show this? Let's see. Put this in here. How's this going to look? All right, so we don't want them side by side. Let's try to do this as a combo chart. So the perfect month, maybe do a big dot or a thick line, I guess we could do. Honestly, I did a thermometer in Google Sheets, a thermometer visual, which would be perfect for this, but I don't really feel like re-putting this into Google Sheets right now. So how does that look? You don't need this data label here. 5.62. So we just make this dot like a giant dot. Like 20. How big would that get? Yeah. I want it to be like a line, but we only have one x-axis data point here. Can I change the shape? I thought I could. Yeah. So let's make it, so the marker, a dash. I wish it was wider though. Plus sign. Maybe a diamond. Make it like 25. Let's hide these grid lines. So here we're basically saying we got a 5.62. The max is up to the diamond. So organization score year to date. So 5.62 obviously not good. And you can see in our detail there's a lot of red here, a bit of yellow, some green. So that's obviously bringing things down. If we maybe made the weight of the customer success more, that might help things, but it just depends on however you want to do it. These numbers don't mean it, they're just random numbers, but I think these are great improvements that didn't exist before, so this is just got that much better. Just make these line up. Hide this. Perfect. Okay, so you can easily see this is obviously doesn't need to be higher than a max of 10. And put this over here. Where should we put this? Put one over, I meant to put them all over. So keep performance by category against the max. Let's make this line a little thicker. Year-to-date score per department based on the averages. I like this one. I'll make these bold. Do we want to add a shape around it? I guess maybe put it on the inside, on the end. Same with this one. Do this and inside. So this is the perfect. Perfection is up here in the diamond. As a company, you're down here. So we want to get up to the diamond. Here's each department. We already know the max is 10. What we can do here is just make the max of this axis 10 so you can see it'll never, you can see where you are, and so this line would be the max. We've got our max 50 here. Make this max 50. Just so you can see the, just kind of a closer view. That's good, 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 good. And the data at the top. Maybe you could freeze this. Okay. Well, I feel like this just got a whole lot better. I don't know why this is so black. I'll make this a little bit of a lighter gray. Maybe make these a little bit wider. Okay. I think this is really just got a lot better. Dashboard got a lot better. Instructions don't need to change. So this template is one I sell for $45. If you want it, it's a one-time fee. You just go to the site, click on it, hit add to cart, and I'll send it over to you. I'll put all this video I'm doing now, I'll put in here in this page so you can see. It'll kind of talk through, well, everything I just went over. And yeah, good to go on that. So we'll save it. I'm happy with that. It's a real true improvement. So next, I've only been going for 53 minutes. Do I want to do anything else, I guess is the question. You'll find it takes stamina to just continue on grinding with Excel work. Like if you're busy, especially things that take a lot of thought, you will feel burnt out after a bit and just like your mind is drained. And so you have to practice at, usually I like to be able to go for, like if I'm doing an actual job, between 45 minutes and 2 hours at a time, and then I'll take a break for a bit. I don't really like to work more than that much in a row at this. One, because sitting for that long just sucks, and two, you just like you start making mistakes and it actually gets, it's rough. It's rough. Um, so having said that, it's getting hot in here. Um, So I really hope that maybe after 12 months of streaming every Tuesday morning, I'll have more people in here with like, because I get a lot of requests via email and kind of some on the live chat at smarthelping.com. Uh, but I'm hoping I'll start to get five, six, seven people trickling in here on Tuesday mornings, and I can start interacting and building stuff live, or even answering questions, uh, or doing stuff that'll be fun. Because right now, which I don't mind doing, because right now the way I'm doing it, just where I kind of come in here and think of something random to upgrade, or I'm building a new model to send, it's still like it's worth it because it's increasing my sales a lot and it's creating YouTube content. So I'm gonna keep doing it, but my hope and the goal is that we can start to get people in here to interact eventually, and that's why I'm consistent with the time. It's every Tuesday at 9 a.m. I felt almost burnt out doing that, so I can't really add more days, but that's the time slot. And usually I go for like 1 to 3 hours. It depends on what I'm doing. But I love doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. It's great. I really like math and logic and building things. It's cool. Feels good to me. So we'll just keep on pushing along. Trying to think if there's anything new or cool features or functions or useful tools and tips from Google Sheets that I feel like be worth doing here. Um, I did do one thing recently that was kind of nice. I guess I could do this. So this is a like a cache survival, uh, cache survival outlook. So what this is actually, so this is really good for startups. It's a real simple, uh, hopefully I can remember the logic because I actually just did this recently. So let's say you have um, a, a couple sources of cache and you want to figure out when you're going to have to draw on them. So, source one, and the sources could be anything. But the idea is once you run out of the other one, you got to get the next one, and you want to know like on a period of months when you're going to have to start drawing on things. And you could do it by week or whatever, but I'm just doing it by month here. Um, total dollar. So let's say source one's like 5,000. Actually, yeah, this is actually pretty cool. So this is a good one. Source two is let's say 2,500, 3,000, 15, and 200. So let's say you've got these different things. You want to start draining the top one and going down before you start using it in your business. You expect to burn. Let's say this is your start month. Just put 1/1/2021. We'll go out for 12 months because these things, well, let's go out for wait, what? Oh, I did 12. I meant to do one. I was like, how are we into 2040? So this is input, and then the rest of these will populate. Yeah, this is pretty cool. For anyone that stuck around to the end of the video, hopefully you'll get this free nugget. I'm just gonna put the link up to this in the description box below for free. Uh, if you want to download it. Month number, so this is 1, this plus 1. We want 36 months. we will hide or lock freeze up to there, up to here. And keep the grid lines in. I don't want to see the day. Show me. I just want to see. I don't want this. All right, that's fine. So here's the sources. Then let's say you've got cash in, cash out. And you'll probably have other models that would flow into this, but let's just say, and this cash in would be like if you think you'll have operational income or some other income that's not related to these cash sources. So I'll just put in 0 for here for now. So say you got no cash in, you're running a business, you got burn. So let's say, I don't know, figure out your total cash outflows by month, whatever it might be. You just put some random numbers in here. And then you got your monthly cash flow equals in minus out. Format this like a number. And then you do cumulative. Now, so this is the reference we're going to be using. Do top and the bottom on that. So now you want to see, okay, if I have this much money and I'm spending this much money, when does stuff run out? So we start with a balance of this. It's actually pretty simple to do. Whatever. So watch this. You just do this minus this and drag it over. So that's the first step. And why are these, what's going on here? Or, oh, plus, because it's a net number. So that eventually goes negative, which makes sense. Essentially, your first amount of cash lasts you for a month and a half. So now you've got your next cash source, which is going to be, let's see, how do we do this? It'll equal this. I'm trying to think. So we got to do a bunch of stuff here. So if and this is less than 0, meaning the top source has run out, and this is greater than 0, then, so what that means is you've run out, so the negative amount for that month has to come apply to this. Otherwise, do the previous month plus this. And then the next rule ahead of that, and this is what I love formulas, this is so fun to do this. The first thing you need to check is if the thing above it is greater than 0, then just keep the initial balance. Otherwise, go do that other logical string. And now we just drag this down. Look at this, so cool. Now you can see, oh, shoot, I forgot to lock. So 13 needs to be locked. Whoops, 13. Lock this. Perfect. And then, so this is the helper data. I'm just going to lock or hide this because this is not relevant, but it's just, you can see how the calculation happens. So if you want to hide it, you can just hide it like that. Here's the real value. So now you go equals if this is less than 0, then 0, otherwise this. And that's it. And now you can see how much you have left over time of your balances. So you can see source 1, and do we want to hide the grid lines? I guess we could hide the grid lines here. And we'll put some softer ones in here. Oh, whoops, I made everything a double. Here we can actually do, so let's just find black and we'll just do, yeah, that's good. Make all these. Top and bottom. Okay. So you can see source 1 lasts for a month. You had 1250, and then month 2 is 5000, so you ran out. So you had a dip in this 1200 to source 2, and now source 2 only has 1250 left. Next month, 10,000, you actually use up all of source 3 and some of source 4. And let's make sure this works actually. So at this point, the total cash out was this plus this plus this, 16,250. And so we used all of this, this, and then we're saying 9,250 is left of this. So we used of that. And does that equal 16,250? Yeah, it does. All right. The logic works. That's good. So what this is saying is of your total amount, you've used 6,250, which makes sense because you had no cash in and only 6,250 going out. And then the balance goes on. See, what I was worried about is, does this logic work when you have a whole entire source used in the same month and some of the other one? And it completely works. So that's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, cool. And then we can put here like total funds left and sum this. So I feel like this would probably be a really good budgeting tool or survival tool for any startup that's just trying to figure out how long they can last. Before they get profitable. And the assumption, obviously, at the end of this, they do get profitable. So there you can see, like, put a visual in here too. You start with 260,500, and then as you use this, so we've used 57,000. So now we're down to 203,000. We're still on our fifth source of funds. They haven't moved into the sixth one yet after 3 years. So in this scenario, that would be good. And then we could just do a visual here. Man, this is probably going to be one of my most used things that I make. I'm sure it's going to be. And especially because it's going to be free. So total funds, what am I doing? I just want to see this essentially. I'm wondering though, okay, that looks messed up. There we go. I'm wondering if, do we put this up here? I guess we could, that'd look kind of cool. Have this like, so you can see your actual funds left. Chart title. Yeah, that looks good. Let's say up here you start like incurring a lot more expenses, hiring more people. I just want to show a more extreme. Okay, now we actually run out, so that's an interesting case. So that's kind of cool to see. I just want to see how the visual looks. Let's make this color, background color, not too dark. Okay. Let's say we had an extra 100,000 in source one. Now we actually are able to survive for the 36 months. I guess probably should have, dang it. This needs to be down here. And then so you can see the months. I just don't want it to get too cluttered. I guess I could move this down more. Let's make these a little bit smaller. A little bit lighter. So yeah, that's showing the very start, and then January, you've got your first outflows. Then I'm gonna put 4 more. Go to the site, get a little credit in there. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I probably won't make a separate video on this, but if you lasted this long in the video stream, um, or I guess if you look at the description box, um, you can get this for free. Let's see. Edit cells in blue text only. So you edit this, you can edit the names of this, then all your cash in and out. You can hide this if you don't want to see it. And there's your money. Now I'm wondering if we could do a cool visual with the actual amounts remaining and what that might look like. I'm actually real curious here. Let's see what this might look like. So overall, it has the same shape as this, but um, source cash depletion. And the idea is obviously as a startup, before you get to zero, you want to start making more money than you're spending. Is the plan. What happened here? I tried to do something with the axis. No, this is not. Okay, so hold on. There's that. Need to do a date row. There you go. Now, no, the x-axis is not this, it's this. Don't need a label. Obviously, those are months. Okay. So what does this look like? I guess it shows how much is left of each one. Source 2. Well, where's source 1 at? Oh, hold on. Let's add all these in the right order. All right, source 1. So let's just see what this looks like. So 100,000. Oh, right, because I forgot I changed. Hold on. Let me put this back. Let's say this is 5,000, 10,000. Okay. So source 1 makes sense. It's depleted. Source 2 then comes on. Oh, I probably need to do these in opposite order. So let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So you got source 1 there, it's out. Source 2 is out there. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the shape is the same. Let's put these on where do we want these? Top? Sure. By source. Yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. Make it light gray. All right. Honestly, let's move this up here to this one because we got plenty of space as you go to the right. And as a user, when you get this, you'll just hit File, make a copy, and you can edit it however you want. Just make these the same size. So you see, these are the same shape. This is the same shape as this, but now you can see like individually granularity of the cache depletion. Maybe drag this down a tad. All right, beautiful. Now The final thing I want to do is, let's see, Excel has this. I don't know if Google Sheets does. Let's see if we can do a color thing. So I don't want alternating colors. Maybe they don't do it. Conditional formatting, no. So it's really cool in Excel. Oh, color scale. Here we go. Got it. All right. Uh, this is what I wanted. So this is doing, what's happening here? That's the way. So it's lighter, the smaller it's in it. It will treat each row individually, so you can see um, like source 3 as it's going down, the values are getting smaller. The color is getting lighter, and then obviously 0 it's white, and then also the color darkness will depend on the value of each source, and the highest value will be the darkest color. And then you can see this starts to get light as you go down. I think that's really cool. Let me see if I can change the color to a blue. I think a blue might look cool. Color scale. Can we pick a different color? Oh, I guess. Can I do blue? Okay, I cannot tell. I can't tell the difference. So let's undo that and just make it like the green. Cool. All right. Um, so we got our attribute in there. I think this is great. Maybe I want to put the attribute in over here. And we'll put like cache survival. All right, that looks a little cleaner. Make that the link. Honestly, let's just put this up here. There we go. All right, looks good. Cache survival. All right. Well, I'm about done. This is a free tool. Instructions. Let's see. Model. Instructions are real simple. It's two steps. One, when you open the link up, go to File, hit Make a Copy. Then you have your own version. Whoops. Make a copy. Two, edit cells in blue text. Real simple. Just do those two things and you're good to go. On the model tab. Just so you know, you got to go down and click to the model tab. Free tool. I feel like this is useful for any startup. Got some visuals in there. Functionality. I feel like that literally anybody could use this. All right. I'm done streaming. I'll see you next Tuesday. I'm looking forward to suggestions and or customizations or anything you want to see me do for an hour and a half or whatever, or possibly ideas for new models. All right. Take it easy, and I'll see you then.